Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Uzo and I am a content creator based in Lagos, Nigeria. So in today's post, I'm going to be talking about how I was able to manage my seborrheic dermatitis. So in my last video, I did like an introductory video as to why I was absent and how I got to know that I had seborrheic dermatitis, while today I'll be talking about the treatments that I used, those that worked and those that didn't, and how I was just able to manage my seborrheic dermatitis generally. So if that's a video you'd be interested in, please stick around and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button down below so you get notified every time I post a new video. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So first off, what is seborrheic dermatitis? So it's a skin condition that causes flakiness on the skin. It's usually red. It's red. It has like scaly patches, and it's usually very itchy. It occurs in newborn babies and adults, let's say between the ages of 30 to 60 mostly, but can also occur in teenagers going through puberty. But in newborns, it's called like cradle cap, and it's kind of easy to walk around, and it's actually not diaper rash. They are two different things. So I'm going to insert pictures of what the cradle cap looks like and all that, so you can just like get a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. So this condition mainly occurs on the scalp. It can also be referred to as dandruff, and it's usually very, very severe. You can see like around the edges of your hair, the back of your hair. I think that's called the nape. I'm not sure, but at the back of your head, and they're like chunks of scaly patches on your hair. But on the skin, it appears mostly where you have like high level of oil concentration. So most times your nose. It could also occur around your beard region for guys, your eyebrows. So some ladies, it can also occur under the boobs, on the chest, on the buttocks, like folds of your arms. It's just like where you have like excess deposit of oil, that's where you're most likely to find seborrheic dermatitis. Okay, so right now there isn't any like concrete fact or concrete cause of seborrheic dermatitis, what causes it and all that, but it's believed to like be triggered by some factors, which could be stress, hormonal imbalance, in some other cases excess alcohol, eating disorders and stuff like that. I'm going to list and put them on the screen. If I can't remember them, I'll put them on the screen, so just watch out for that. So yeah, those are the kind of things that trigger the outbreak. So basically you have like a yeast on your face, and when your body goes through this stress, hormonal change, or eating disorder, stuff like that, these yeasts kind of start overproducing. Normally they stay on the skin, but then they start overproducing, so your body tries to fight them and just like erase it and bring everything back to normal. But if your immunity, which is another thing that can trigger it, if your immunity is low, it's going to be difficult for it to attack this yeast, so it just keeps growing and starts feeding on your skin, or well, you get what I mean. So then you now have those scaly patches, itchiness, red skin, and bruh, it is not funny. I'm going to insert pictures so you guys get a clearer understanding of what I'm talking about and what I went through. So yeah, that's basically how it starts. So to the cocoa of the video, how can it be cured? So currently there's no concrete cure. You just have to manage it, and there are a lot of, okay, not really a lot, but the basic thing you need to know is that you need to have a good skincare routine to be able to manage seborrheic dermatitis. For the scalp, you definitely have to use like anti-dandruff shampoos and products that contain like zinc parathion, I think that's how it's pronounced, sulfur. So like there are some ingredients that you need to have in products to be able to combat seborrheic dermatitis on the scalp. But today I'll be focusing on the face because that's what I have. So when another thing you need to know is it needs to be you need to see a dermatologist to be able to ascertain that you have seborrheic dermatitis, because most time it can be confused for eczema or rosacea and some other skin conditions. So please see a dermatologist if you think you have it, and that's like the first thing you need to, that's the most important thing you need to do. And they would prescribe some treatments for you. It could be over the counter, it could be drugs, it could be ointment. So just see a dermatologist first. I saw a dermatologist, and I'm here to just share the treatments they gave me, the ones that worked, the ones that didn't work, and based on my research, how I was able to manage my seborrheic dermatitis basically. So the first product I was given to use is this Nizoral Shampoo. I don't know if you guys can see it. Is this Nizoral Shampoo? So it comes in a 60 ml tube, and it's like a pinkish shampoo. So basically what you want to do, I think the active ingredient here is Ketoconazole. It's one of the known treatments or known ingredients that are known to manage seborrheic dermatitis both on your scalp and on your face. So products that contain this will definitely work. So I was asked to purchase this and use it on my face. So basically what you want to do is lather it up and apply to wherever on your face or wherever it is that you have it. If it's around your nose, you apply it there, your mouth region, just basically wherever it is, you want to lather it up, put it there, and leave it for about 3 to 5 minutes depending on how severe your flare-up is. So the thing about this shampoo is it is very drying. That's one. It is actually it's very effective for treating seborrheic dermatitis on your scalp. However, if you have a very sensitive skin like mine, it probably will not work. So you definitely have to use, you have to find an alternative. I used this, the first time I used it for 5 minutes. I used it for like 2 weeks and there was no improvement. Every time I used it, I had severe breakouts. My flare-ups became worse, and I wasn't using it every day. So I was using it like 3 times a week or 2 times a week. And my flare-ups, every time I did, my flare-ups just blew out of proportion. But I just didn't want to believe that it was this. I thought maybe it was the time. Then I went to see another dermatologist, and I also used it for 8 minutes. It was worse. Another one said 3 minutes. I still got the same results, and then I stopped using it totally. So I do not use Nizoral on my face. I only use it on my hair, and that's like occasionally because it can also dry out your hair. So this I do not use. I have seen a couple of people that use it for fungal acne on their forehead and stuff, but nope, I do not use this. And I would prefer that if you want to try it, you do a patch test, because it can be very harsh on the skin. So if you know your skin can't take it, please do not use this. So the next thing I used was this Daktakort cream. So it's a steroid cream. And the thing with steroid creams, like I mentioned in my previous video, is you only want to use this for a short period of time. So when I had like a major flare-up, I used the Daktakort cream for I think I used it for a week, morning and night, and my skin cleared up almost immediately. It wasn't as, it didn't burn, it didn't stink, it didn't itch like the NXG cream that I mentioned. I'm going to put a picture of the cream because I've thrown that away. It didn't burn, none of that. It just dried out my skin basically, but I had no adverse reaction to the Daktakort cream. So it's a Hydrocortisone cream, so it's a steroid cream, and it has to be kept refrigerated at all times. So I keep this in my fridge every time, and then when I want to use it, I take it out and put it back in. So after using the steroid cream, that's the Daktakort, the next cream I used was Daktarin. So Daktarin is an antifungal cream. This is basically part of my skincare routine now. I use it every morning and evening after I take my bath, before I put on any other of my skincare products. So I apply it on my dry face and I go about my day. So when treating or when trying to manage seborrheic dermatitis on your face, antifungal creams, pills might have to be part of your daily routine. And like I said, I use the Daktarin cream. I've already run out, so I need to purchase another one. However, sometimes I don't apply it every day, even when I know I should apply it every day. But yeah, once your flare up calm down, just try to maintain a good skincare routine. Then for other parts of my body, like my underboobs or my chest region, places where I know are susceptible. So places where I know are prone to sweat, I use an antifungal powder instead. So this is the one I use. I hope it's focusing. Well, yes, basically you want to use an antifungal powder for areas so like your underboob, your chest, your arms, and basically anywhere you know your buttocks, yeah, wherever you know is going to be prone to sweat because you don't want the cream mixing with liquid. So I use an antifungal powder for that, and yeah, it works. It dries up any patch you have, and it also calms down the itching. So you guys, the itching, the itching is, it literally can make you run mad. So yeah, this is where the pills come in now. So for itching, I use the loratadine pill. So I take one or twice a day, depending on how bad my flare-ups are. So if I'm not experiencing any flare-up, but I'm just itchy, I just take one a day. But if I'm experiencing flare-ups and my skin is severely itching, I use it twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, or when it's really really bad, I just pop a pill and that's it. I also use an antifungal drug. I use an antifungal pill when I have flare-ups. So that I use once or twice in a day. I can't even remember. So the active ingredient in the antifungal cream and powder is the miconazole nitrate. So that's like the active ingredient, one of the active ingredients you can use for seborrheic dermatitis on your face. The first one is the ketoconazole, like I mentioned, but can be really harsh, so you got to take note of that. Thirdly, like I said, I had to do my research when I found out that the ketoconazole was not working. I needed a face wash that would work, and salicylic acid is one of the ingredients that works well for seborrheic dermatitis. So I started using a salicylic acid cleanser. I started using a salicylic acid cleanser as well as a salicylic acid toner, and that immediately like dried up the patches. It seriously dried out my skin. It made my skin feel so tight, but it was able to dry up the itching, the patches, and it started to come out like flakes. So what happens is the salicylic acid dries up your skin, and so whatever reaction is going on between the yeast and the oil, it's like it's stopped. So whatever scales you have in your face now start to fall off, and obviously sometimes you end up with black patches. I had a whole black patch on my cheek area. It was really embarrassing. I'm going to insert pictures, like I said. So I after using that, I started taking an antioxidant pill. That is the Tocovid. I'm going to insert a picture here. It was quite pricey, but it was worth it. I used this pill for a month, and my black patches started to clear out almost immediately. So that's one thing you also need to think about, having an antioxidant pill. So it just stops whatever reaction is going on your face, or just reduces the effect of whatever reaction is going on your face. So after using the salicylic acid cleanser and toner, I then incorporated niacinamide into my routine. So niacinamide is known to help combat seborrheic dermatitis. I'm not really sure of how this works. I'm still doing my research, but it did work. I started to use a 5% niacinamide serum, and immediately I did this, my skin texture started to come back, and because it contains hyaluronic acid, I started to get more moisture into my skin. So it made my skin now feel more like my skin, while I was using the salicylic acid toner, I wasn't using anything hydrating, so my skin was extremely dry, which I do not recommend you try. If you're going to incorporate salicylic acid into your routine, then you must use something hydrating. You have to use something hydrating. So yeah, that's another thing that works. Niacinamide. However, it's gonna itch. It's not itch. It's gonna sting a bit. It's once your skin barrier is severely damaged, you can trust that niacinamide is going to sting a bit. It's a very good ingredient. It works, but it's going to sting a bit. So for about 1 week, I used this, and my skin went back to normal. It was like, why didn't I just do this from the start? So yeah, that worked for me. Another thing you need to know is moisturizers. You need to get good moisturizers. So I started out using the Dove Intense Hydrating Cream. So initially, when my skin was highly sensitive, I started out by using the Dove Nourishing Body Care lotion. It's a body and face lotion, but it's oil free and it's very hydrating. So this helped so well. It helped initially to bring back moisture to my skin. It helped to calm my skin, which is very important. You need to get something that calms your skin down. So this was very helpful for me. But as soon as I started using the niacinamide serum and my skin started to clear, my next line of action was trying to repair my skin moisture barrier. So I got another moisturizer. So I got the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. So basically this cream contains colloidal oatmeal. It also contains ceramide, licorice. Licorice is known to help soothe the skin and calm it down, so the redness you're feeling and all that. It also contains ceramide, which is extremely important for barrier repair. So these were the ingredients I looked out for that I really needed to help repair my moisture barrier, and it's doing an amazing job so far. So as soon as I started using the First Aid Beauty Cream, I started to feel more like myself. My skin went back to normal. It's been 3 weeks now and I haven't had any flare-ups. I still get occasional pain, especially around my neck region, so I still use my antifungal cream, most especially there. On my face, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I remember, I use it, and if I don't, I move on to the next day. But I use this a lot. Something else that helps is using aloe vera gel, not the leaf, the just gel. So it helps to calm your face. It helps just calm it down, because you're going to experience a lot of like burning sensation, itching, and you just need something to calm you down. And yeah, those are the things that really helped me. Then another important thing you need to know is you need to apply a sunscreen. Even if you're not applying a moisturizer or whatever, sunscreen is highly important, because your skin barrier is already damaged. You're already experiencing burning sensation, so there's nothing to even protect your skin from the sun's UV rays. So you need to have a moisturizer at all times, and you need to reapply it every 2 hours, whether you're indoors or outdoors. As long as you're exposed to the sun, the rays are entering wherever you are, you need to use a sunscreen. So currently the sunscreen I use is the Pharmascience or Skin Science SPF 50. I started using this because my skin was extremely dry and dehydrated then, so I needed something to add like a little bit of moisture. So I started to use this. It's quite oily. Ife Dio did a review on this, so I would link it somewhere here for you to watch it. So if it's something you're interested in, you can purchase and use. But it's been effective. My dark spots have been able to manage my hyperpigmentation. My skin looks clearer. I'm going to insert a picture of how my skin looks as at today that I'm recording this video, and there has been such a huge difference from when I started using the treatment, like when my scales started to fall off, till now, when it comes to skin texture, skin appearance, hydration. my skin looks a whole lot better today than it did 3-4 weeks ago. So yeah, these are the things that really helped me. So first off, you need to use a steroid cream. It's just like kickstart your treatment process. You don't use this for long. Please, please, please do not use this for long. Make sure you get a prescription from a dermatologist for steroid creams. Second, you need to use antifungal treatment, so creams, ointment, pills, powders. You use an antifungal treatment. Antioxidant drugs can also help. They're really not compulsory if you don't have like hyperpigmentation, severe hyperpigmentation. You can skip that, but they are extremely helpful. Moisturizer is key. You need to have a moisturizer. You need to have a gentle cleanser, one that does not strip your face off the oils that are there. You need those oils, even though the condition is caused by excess oil, but you still need those oils in your face. So you need a non-stripping gentle cleanser. You also need to have like a good moisturizer. I think I've already mentioned that. You need to have a good moisturizer. SPF is highly, highly, highly important, guys. You need to have SPF in your routine. And niacinamide, salicylic acid, these are the two treatments, the two skincare ingredients that I have used, and they totally worked for me. So I use salicylic acid in replacement for the ketoconazole. I just use that for my hair. My hair can withstand that, even though it dries out my hair. But for my face and body, okay, so for my face, I don't use it. For my body, it's still manageable. So sometimes if I get itching around my neck, or if I'm getting a flare up around my neck region, I use the Nizoral Shampoo, and it kind of solves it for the moment, and then calms it down, and I continue with my skincare routine. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to be sharing my skincare routine soon. As soon as I get everything I'm working on laid out, I would share my skincare routine. But if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. You can also share this video to someone you know is suffering from seborrheic dermatitis. I'm sure it's going to be very helpful. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.